Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making fish fingers. Just a quick and easy meal for my little girl and my little family. Takes typically 20 minutes to prep everything, 45 minutes to cook, and we're good to go. First thing you want to do as usual, wash your potatoes, wash your vegetables, wash your onions, peel and prep everything. The next you want to get water to a rolling boil on the stove so you can blanch your potatoes. This is a gangster tip if you want fluffy on the inside, crispy on the outside potatoes. So just drop your potato wedges into the water. Make sure it's like rolling hot. No salt, nothing. And then make sure the water level is enough to cover your potatoes completely. Okay? You're not trying to cook them, you're just trying to blanch them. You put the lid on it and you close it. Next, you want to wash your onions. Always make sure your vegetables are nicely washed and clean. And then you want to dice your onions into fine little pieces for your cream spinach. Next, we're going with our crispy baby spinach, roughly chopped, and just wash that as well, guys. Please, 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 I cannot emphasize enough. Even if it's coming out of a packet, please wash your vegetables, guys. Especially here in Africa, we don't want people getting sick. Make sure you wash your veggies thoroughly. Next thing, you pop your veggies that have been roughly chopped. As you can see, doesn't need to be anything special because they're going to wilt right down. Pop your spinach into a saucepan, and then you add a tiny bit of boiling hot water. I would say a quarter cup of boiling hot water, just so you can steam or wilt your spinach down. And then you cover that for 5 minutes. Forget about it for 5 minutes. Run back, check on your potatoes. They're doing the right thing. They are boiling and they're going hard. Okay. Next, you see your spinach is wilted down. You just want to take that out, drain it, and put it aside. Let's get on to making the cream for our cream spinach. You're going to need some full cream milk, flour, some butter, and some garlic. Into a saucepan, you add your butter. Yeah, in this moment, it did not want to work with me. Put your butter in your saucepan. Make sure your saucepan is nice and hot. Add your onions in there and cook your onions down. Really let them soften up. Take your time with them. All right, at this point, the power went and I got a bit annoyed. I was going to stop filming and I decided, you know what? We keep moving. So I decided to pour myself a glass and keep moving. So the lighting from here gets very shady. I was doing my best, but you know, this ESCOM situation is wild. Anyway, back to our cooking. Now you add a bit of crushed garlic and ginger to your onions. Make sure you stir that around real good. Make sure your garlic is fried up nicely. Don't worry about the color, guys. Like I said, I had no electricity at this point, so into your onion and garlic fry up. You add 2 tablespoons of flour. Mix that in, let that fry up, guys. One thing you need to do, make sure you fry your flour first. There's a big difference in flavor from when you fry your flour. You fry that wheaty taste out of it. You can't taste it in your roux, you can't taste it in your sauce if you've done this. But if you put tablespoons of flour and mix them in and just boil them in, you can taste the flour. It's not the best. After you fry through your flour, you want to add some milk, and you'll see as you add the milk, it starts to thicken up. It looks a bit lumpy at the beginning, but the more you mix it in, the more milk you add, the more you mix it in, the more milk you add, you get to the consistency that works best for you. Personally, I really like my cream. Like, I like that sauce, so I tend to keep my sauce a bit on the thin side. But if you like your cream spinach a bit thicker, you don't have to add as much milk as I do. If you keep watching, you'll see it thickens up slowly, gets better, thickens up, gets better. Stir, stir, stir if you want a good, smooth, and creamy sauce. Again, check your potatoes. You already know you need to keep looking. You don't want them to burn. You don't want them to break down. You don't want them to turn into mash either. Come back to your sauce. As you can see, right now it's still thick and lumpy. So you gotta add some more milk, man. Add more milk add, like with this, I can't tell you how much to add. You have to use your own discretion. Just keep adding until you feel like you've reached the consistency that works best for you. Okay, see, at this point I'm feeling like, okay, we're getting there. This is the thickness I've been looking for. Not too thick, not runny, just a nice creamy sauce. Also, you could use full cream, like actual heavy cream. That makes it so much better, but I feel like it then becomes a bit too rich, which is why I prefer just full cream milk for my sauce. Then we go ahead and add back our steamed spinach. Just mix that in there, get it all in there nicely, and then turn your heat all the way down. You don't want your sauce to burn. Nobody ever wants burnt garlic, guys. You know, you burn anything with garlic, the whole thing is destroyed. So once you get to this point, turn it down, let it simmer, let it cook down, let it thicken to your desired thickness, and then you just turn it off. Really, from this point, I'd say you probably want to let it go for another 2 to 3 minutes, and that's it. And your cream spinach should be ready to go, right? Okay, just now I'll show you what it looked like after like 3 minutes. You see it's bubbling away. It's nice and thick. It's the consistency that I prefer. Like I said, you can make it thicker or thinner depending on how you like it. Yeah, and then again, no electricity, no light, so I had to try and figure out a way to do this. But anyway, I'm just seasoning my potatoes now, so I can put them in the oven. Obviously, you need to salt your potatoes properly. Potatoes soak up salt, they're a bit starchy, so you need to put an extra amount of salt to make sure you can actually taste them. Go in with your mixed herbs. I feel like I put mixed herbs in everything, but I just like the taste of mixed herbs on potatoes. I think it gives it that extra little boost. We go in with chicken spice again. Guys, my spice cupboard at the moment is very limited. Don't judge me. I am working on restocking. Just need to give me a little bit. We'll get back to you with better flavors and better spice combinations in our next videos, hopefully. Okay, so you just go ahead and put a generous seasoning of chicken spice on your potato wedges, because you know wedges, if they're bland, they are not fun. You gotta load them up with that flavor, man. Load them up. And then, are you really in South Africa if you're not putting aromat on basically everything? I'm just gonna go ahead and put some aromat as well onto my potato wedges. Get it in there, guys. Season. I do not believe in measuring or teaspoons or whatever when it comes to my seasoning, because I like flavor. In this moment, I realized I ran out of black pepper. You should add black pepper too. It really, salt and pepper to taste always. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add some oil so I can mix my spices in and rub them over my potatoes nicely. Also, I suggest letting your potatoes cool before you do this stage. Otherwise, you're going to burn your fingers and that's not fun. Okay. So after seasoning, this is what my potatoes look like. They haven't been in the oven yet. Again, this is just everything I put on my potatoes. Not much, but it works. It really works. They're going to be so yum. Sometimes less is more, guys. You don't need to heap a bunch of stuff onto your food for it to be great. Okay, so our potatoes finally made it into the oven. Power decided to respect me and came back about an hour after that. And then I quickly just popped my fish fingers into my pan, shallow fry them, because they have a tendency of soaking up the fat. And there we go. End result is some nice baked potato wedges, cream spinach, and fish fingers. You know your little ones are going to love this. Even you as the grown-ups are going to love this because it's got that little depth in the cream spinach. And that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in for the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Bye.